Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm just going to be giving you a bit of a talk, and I'm going to explain something that I had a bit of a light bulb moment on why I wasn't really gaining any ground or any momentum when trying to source suppliers from some of the bigger the big boys in London. I couldn't quite understand it. The title of this video is going to be called Why It's Cheaper to Buy from Smaller Businesses Than Larger, or why it's cheaper to buy from smaller coin dealers rather than larger coin dealers. And I'll explain why that is the case. Before you get into my video, if you do like my content, you can like, comment and subscribe. I do appreciate my subscribers. It is slowly getting there. I will be doing a giveaway at 1500. Let's get into the video. You've seen these coins before. This makes up part of my reserve, and there's a reason I got these out, and it will become apparent later on in the video. Now, I've been working very, very hard over this past week or two. I've been trying to find new suppliers of gold coins. This involves a lot of chasing, a lot of speaking to individuals within different parts of the industry. Some people are coin dealers, some people are jewelers, some people are scrap traders. You have to talk to everyone, you have to bang on every door, and you need to go down every route to kind of seek out where the opportunities are. Opportunity does come to you, but you got to go and look for it first. Now, I tried to deal with a company that I've been dealing with for a long time. I was trying to get them down to a rate of spot. And they did message me, and they was like, we've got this bundle come in and it's spot +2. This was just before Christmas, and I was kind of a bit annoyed. No, maybe not annoyed. I was a bit disappointed. I was like, but I told them what I pay, and I was just expecting a better deal. And considering it was 10k on the table, I was kind of like, well, are they treating me differently because they're trying to test me? Is that the case? Is it because I'm a small time dealer and independent? I couldn't quite work out why they offered me that price. I politely declined. I just said there's no downside protection, and I didn't really understand it at the time. I just didn't understand why they offered me that price. So fast forward maybe 4 or 5 weeks, I'm trying to expand. I know I say I don't want to be a coin dealer forever, but I'm trying to expand on the gold side. I like dealing with the gold. The silver, it makes good margins now, but I prefer dealing with the gold. It comes in and it goes out. You know, I've got buyers for it, and it certainly isn't a problem for me to do that, because I can get some gold coins in and I can do very well. And I can do very well with not a lot of effort these days, which is great. So I end up phoning. I phoned a. Don't know what's going on with my thing. 1 second. I end up phoning another company in London. Big company, been around donkey's years, very long time. And I got talking to a very polite lady, and I said, what are your trade rates? How much do I have to buy to get trade rates from you? And she quotes me a price, and it's spot +3% for trade rates. And I said, I'm really sorry, you're just really expensive. I pay less than that. I sell for that sometimes. You know, that's not really a trade rate. And she was like, okay, it's really nice taking a call, and we kind of left it at that. And I was like, sure. I was like, is this a me thing? Is it because I'm not well known, and they might just think I'm trying to blag cheap coins off them? Like, I did explain the situation. I said, look, I'm a social media trader. I've got to the point where I'm doing fairly good numbers. You know, if I can source it, I can move 30, 40, 50k if I can source the coins. And this is why I want to expand, because there's business to be made. So I ended up speaking to another bullion company. So they are essentially scrap dealers, and they've kind of diversified their business. They've been around a very long time, many, many, many decades. And I had a bit of luck. I ended up speaking to a lady on the chat, and she said, I'll let you speak to my director. So I told her my story, and she's like, oh, check out my social media. Can we check out yours? So I sent her my YouTube channel and said, look, it's like, I'm not trying to blag cheap coins. I'm genuinely in the trade. I'm looking to do more business. I want to grow. I want to expand the gold side of my business, but I can't do that without more supply. And she was like, okay, give us your number and the director will phone you. So he phones me yesterday I think it was about 6:30, and we get talking. And he said to me, he's like, well, why are you saying you want to pay for spot, essentially? And I said, because that's what I get it for. And he was like, it's not going to happen. You're never going to get spot rates. And the reason being, firstly, I can sell it for more in bulk, and probably more than you can buy, which is fair enough. You know, you're not going to sell it for. I do it myself. Like, you don't always have to accept the cheapest offer. And then he said something else, and that really shocked me. Like, really, really shocked me. He said, he's like, I don't really care how we do business. If we do business, I can be a buyer, I can be a seller. I'd actually buy from you in bulk at spot +1. And then the penny dropped, and I'm thinking, these guys are so big that they don't need to buy the cheapest rates because they can make profit on super thin margins. Like, it doesn't matter if you're trading 1,000 sovereigns and you're making a percentage point, or you're making 2 percentage points, but it's coins in and coins out. Why sell for spot? You know, you can get it in, you can get it out. And I was really shocked. That's something I didn't really think about. I was just under the impression that I wasn't big enough to kind of trade with the big boys, and it wasn't that whatsoever. The reality is, I'm on some occasions buying in cheaper, and that blew my mind. I was like, oh, okay. So what they do is I'm under the impression now that instead of them buying purely from the public, where they kind of get the juicy margins, they will trade with other professionals to get the stock in, just to get money flowing into the coffers, just to get that margin on the board. And I never realised that until that conversation, and it really opened my eyes. I just thought it was a case of they just didn't want to trade with me for whatever reason. So yeah, I'm going to have to change tact. I do genuinely buy for spot. I buy from spot from several places. It's not always spot. Sometimes I do the same as them, and I trade the spread. But I just couldn't believe that these massive, massive multi-million pound companies, some of them are probably trading 100 million in terms of turnover, they're paying more. But it wasn't until I spoke to that director that the penny dropped. Now, he said to me, he's like, sometimes it's just more beneficial for me to melt. He's like, I'm a scrap dealer. I don't have specialist knowledge. I don't really know. My business is scrap, and then I ping off coins. Now, the reason these are on the table is because he was like, I've got 1,000 of these. I'm just sitting on them. I like them. You know, it's not a problem. If they don't sell, they don't sell. That's how these boys are playing. So I have to change tact. I have to either put myself in a position where I can buy enough in cheap enough to sell to him, or I have to move in a direction where I'm more specialist in terms of what I buy and sell. He said to me, he's like, sometimes I get coins in and I just ping it around the different dealers I know, and I'll let the highest bidder take them. It's completely opened my eyes into how this industry is functioning. I really didn't think that was the case. So I thought their margin was based solely around buying from the second-hand market, but there's an added element to it, which, fair enough, you know, I'll change tact. I said to him, I was like, we might do some business. We might not. If we can do business where I can buy from him on certain coins, fantastic. If I can get to a position where I'm getting enough coins in where it's worth my time to take 2% or 3%, you know, that's not a problem for me either. I'm a trader. I'm not too bothered how the margin comes in. I'm bothered that the margin does come in. So yeah, I hope this has been informative. It's certainly opened my eyes. It's something that I didn't even consider. And I do this for a living. You know, there's different levels of business, and it would seem that the different levels operate in different ways and have different methods of making money, which, okay, you know, and I'm actually happy that he phoned me. He didn't have to. He's a director of a massive company. He didn't have to spend the time. He could have just been like, well, actually, sorry, you know, I'm too busy. And that was kind of cool, because he's allowed me to expand my knowledge on how the business works. And yeah, I'm kind of grateful he did phone me. I will be in contact with him. There are a few coins that I think I can take off his hands and do okay with. And we shall see. I might have a new supplier, I might not. But I have been working hard, and I finally know why I was banging my head against a brick wall with certain companies in London. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative, and take care. Bye.